Hey, Fran, welcome to the show.
Hello everyone. Thanks for being there.
So, Fran, our viewers have been rebelling on us. The two lovely ladies from UK Games Expo have been on the channel giving them
we have been raided.
A guided tour of what was going on. And when they were leaving, would you believe it? They said, no, please stay.
No. I think
we don't want
the community
those
said,
on tabletop
please
guys.
Although we do have an open invitation to come and invade their house next time they're doing something like this.
I think we'll have to. And Dark Realm Maps, I'm keeping an eye on you. We worked hard to be here and talk to all these lovely people. Okay, Fran.
Okay.
So, Fran, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
What can you tell us about MistWall Studio?
Well, we are a new publishing company. We are producing. We like to produce tabletop games. We're settled in Alicante, in the beautiful coast, Mediterranean coast of Spain, which I hope you can visit one day.
Oh yes,
if you don't know
sounds nice.
Which is lovely. I should be on the beach, but I'm not. I'm working all the time for this one. So to try to get the best product we can, and we want to bring something new to the stage, and because we're gamers and we know what's going on, we know what we like. People like to see new things, and that's basically the main idea. And I would also like to thank all of you guys, because I don't know if you were talking. The two ladies you were talking about was Kate and Tessa, maybe, I don't know.
Kate and Millie.
Yeah, Kate and Millie.
Oh, Millie too, and also Tessa. They've been so helpful with us. They've been so comprehensive, like Patience and Richard Denning. Like, he's been the director. He's also answering, I can imagine, like hundreds or thousands of emails every day. And it's like, and also you guys, like, so much work you're doing to keep things going on. Let's not forget that we can still meet and talk, and online fairs, they're great. We will schedule actually to go to UK Games Expo this year, but unfortunately, like everyone else, we couldn't make it, and it was a real pity. But I hope soon we can talk in person, right?
Yes,
of course.
I'm looking forward to that, Fran. I really am.
Well, I mean, like, I'm
so
gonna
really
be
thank you very much for all you're doing.
Well, Fran, I've been having a little bit of a sneaky peek at some of the content that you've passed on through to us, and you guys, if I had seen this sitting at Expo this year, I would have been over like a shot, because you guys have me really, really intrigued with what you've created. Do you maybe want to give everybody a little bit of rundown on what it is you guys have made now?
So what is Endarth and the world of Endarth? What can you tell us about this?
Okay, what we wanted to achieve with Endarth was to enhance the dungeon crawling experience. We're gamers.
Yeah.
We like to play, and we used to play dungeon crawling apart from other, like, more different Ameritrash or any style, Euro, you know, all the different kind of games. And we thought, how we like this, but there are a lot of things with technology that you can do now, and how could we make this better, right? And so that's what our intention was. Endarth is the world where the Endarth Covenant plays. So you play on that world. It's called Endarth, and it's got different breeds. It's a typical fantasy style, high fantasy, with elves and dwarves and all these kind of breeds. But it's got a lot of story to it. Juanma, our main screenwriter, is also a partner in MistWall. He's a hard worker too. He has created a whole world which is very, like, kind of Tolkien or, Game of Thrones, all that style. As you can see there on the map, we're just sharing here, there are a lot of kingdoms. And, like, for example, one of our heroes, Celine, she comes from the Maleven Forest on the left side of the screen there. And those areas are, like, more elvish, but they also market and do commerce with other areas in the map. Also in the center of the screen, There is a swamp. There is supposed to be it's got a story to it too. And all this story, all these kingdoms, as long as you play the game, all the story will unfold and will intertwine, and there's a lot of story to it. Like you had to discover it, and all of these things we could only do it through our system, our special system that we will see about in moment two, right? So as you can see, for example, there's an island, big island Tirka here on the left. Like the barbarian hero comes from there, and they have their own tribes, and there's actually a lot of story. I cannot tell you all of it now, but it's a lot of background for the players to discover as long as well as they play the game.
Now, to get into some of the technology, so Warren, if you could play video 2 for me now, we can start to see the new technology the guys are bringing into this.
Okay, so let me
jump to your OBS.
That. So video 2.
Yeah.
There
Let's
we
go for it.
And this will begin showing us.
Careful with the fire. Yes, you can see. Well, this is a digital recreation, right? And in a moment you will be able to see the real one, because we wanted to show that we could really do it, not just show a digital, recreation of it. Like people can say, okay, but this is going to be real or not. So as you can see, all the components, some of the components, and
that's intriguing. It's reading the cards when you touch it at the edge.
Yeah, it reads the cards and everything. It's a huge screen. I'm not sure that the video captures they really show how big it is. It's a 32-inch screen, so it's huge. When you play it, it's huge, and it's tempered glass, so you can roll dice on it, no problem. It's got internal speakers. It runs on Android, and as you're also having a look at all the miniatures and art.
I'm just about to go back to the footage of the screen so we can get another look at it. So do you guys produce the screen? Is this your product, the screen, or how does all this piece together?
Right. The thing is how this started. As I told you, we were gamers and we thought, we want to do the game of our dreams, right?
Yeah.
And we started creating like a typical board game, and then we thought, and now we want to add all these things that technology allows you to do that you cannot do in basic cardboard and plastic or miniatures, And we started to mix traditional playing with technology. And this would improve and enhance all our possibilities, but still keeping the essence.
Yeah.
To keep the experience, And then one time, somebody, like, we didn't realize, but somebody told us, like, what you got here is a platform for games. And we thought, no, that's just a component of the game. But then we had to be honest and realize that, we had created like a new platform for gaming, for tabletop gaming. And we can talk about the experience.
Yeah.
This has an IA, an artificial intelligence, and it helps you to make more agile the setup. You also can save your gameplay, so you need to, when now in gaming, the companies tend to say, oh, you can save. Well, saving, it's usually like taking notes of all the cards and putting the cards here or there.
Photographs.
This really can save. You can save. And it also saves you a lot of bookkeeping. Like Ender Covenant couldn't have it on all the algorithms and statistics it has, the game on it. We couldn't do it in with just cards and charts, So all the bookkeeping it does for you, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
honestly, it's incredible. So, we have been talking for a number of years now about the how gaming and
Technology will merge.
technology are going to merge. And one of the issues that we have found today is that all the gaming has been moved to the likes of an iPad or something. And what's happening is it actually is taking your attention away from where the gaming should be taking place, which is right in front of you on the table. So this is what I have been waiting for, not only from the perspective of you just playing on a screen. Heck, we could turn over a TV and do that. But this is must be using technologies like RFID, etc., to be able to read what is actually taking place. So it knows where the miniatures are. It knows the cards that you're playing.
Yeah, and it's keeping all that housekeeping internally without taking you away. I mean, like sometimes we've seen games where basically the machine does too much of the work. It hides stuff.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It was a hard job trying to keep the balance. We didn't want a video game. And actually, we've noticed that our job has been properly done, because when people are playing it, they understand the screen as a board.
Yeah.
Yes.
So actually, it's a board. We call it dynamic Divo because it's a dynamic board. And it really works like that. And I mean, it will depend on the designer of the game to give the system and automatize as many mechanics as you want.
Yes.
For example, like, I don't know, you're playing like Carcassonne, you don't want to take all the mechanics out of it because it's part of the fun of the game. But in games like Dungeon Crawler, you actually can keep adding layers and layers of little figures here and there.
Yeah.
And the system is going to do all of that for you, but you're still going to keep the atmosphere, that the feeling that you're doing strategies, that you're collaborating with your chaps, to all of it. So the idea was that we could keep this like wow effect, make it spectacular, but still keep the essence of really playing board games. We're board gamers. We don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't. If I want to play a video game, I go somewhere else.
But the beauty of a platform like this is what technology unlocks for us is a number of things. Firstly, the vast amount of record keeping that technology can do on your behalf. So it unlocks campaign style elements and legacy style elements that really you can only scratch the surface of in the traditional gaming. You basically could start a character that to steal something from Fable. You could have a character that plants a seed, and later in the campaign comes back and it's a tree. Because a machine can manage that. A machine can keep all that together.
There's also the aspect of being able to add new adventures and new missions to games. Because I mean, like, in a traditional board game, if I want a new set of missions, a new adventure, I have to go out and buy a new box.
Yes.
With this, I can play with all my core components. The map's going to change. It's going to tell me different stats for enemies and things, and it's going to track all of that internal data that an adventure needs.
And the other interesting thing a platform like this does, Fran, is the stuff that we haven't thought of yet. Platforms like this unlock disruption within an industry, and this is where the innovation and stuff of other game developers and game developers like yourself come in, and it's when you discover the stuff that we just haven't thought of. This is an incredible piece of innovation. I know a lot of people will be blown away by the fact that trees move and that flames go, and that's all beautiful. It is beautiful and it's very, very immersive. But really,
mechanical innovation is what we're after with
some
this.
of the this kind of platform which keeps us there. It is tabletop gaming. But it's very exciting.
Do you guys like to play music when you're role playing or when you're playing a board game? Do you like to play music?
It. Yes, I do. I do like that. Yes.
You should see the effect that this platform has on people. When there's a moment on the demo mission that we always show, there's a moment in which you just confront some enemies, right? Some bandits.
Yeah.
Up until that moment, you're listening to one of the Daniel Herrera, our compositor, one of the songs which is like very, for the town, very calm. But suddenly, when they appear, the music goes to like more action, no? Like tan, 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 tan. That's automatically. You don't have to think about it. That's got an effect on people, like the atmosphere. Apart that you say all the spectacular visions that you get on the screen. Yeah. And the good thing is that people don't think of it as a video game.
Yes.
They because let's be honest, if I show you this on a video game, you've seen it before.
Yeah.
But then why do people get shocked when they see it on the game? Because they're not expecting it. They feel they're really playing a board game that makes us very happy. And you just talk about production for a classic traditional game.
Yeah.
Diabo will go online, so you can just, if we have an update or there's a bug or whatever, how can you do it in a traditional game? You had to go design, you had to, go to the printer, you had to distribute everything, all the money it takes. With this, it's just, you could just connect and you update it. So, and as you said before, what's the limit? What's the limit? When we had people at fairs in Essenspiel last edition, as soon as they played, because we'll talk about it later, but they gave us a lot of feedback, and their imagination went wild, like children.
Yeah.
They were like, you could do this.
Even just this is making me go nuts.
If you're able to cut to this, I actually have footage of players testing this out, so we can actually see folks engaging with this.
See, I imagine this giving you such opportunity for cinematic moments. You're exploring the dungeon, you go that one tile too far, and all of a sudden, shoom, you've just hit an arrow trap.
Yeah, and
that's it. Yeah.
So, where are I'm struggling to find the questions because my mind is bubbling here.
So I love it when this happens.
Is this? Can companies reach out to you now to talk about licensing this technology from you guys, or do you have a game that you're bringing through this? What is the situation there?
Yeah, we're actually talking with companies and other publishers for board games. And thing is, we cannot still say nothing because we're in the middle of it. But there's an interest in this. There was a moment in board gaming when people is looking for new things, things that maybe make it easier. Because we're growing. I don't know if we're growing older where we are, but we're running out of time, and we want things. Our attention is shorter.
Yes.
We want things make easier, and that together with, for example, if you're a father and you want to bring your children into board gaming, it's I think it's harder than it used to be because now they have all the screens and tablets and devices they can look at. And it's not so appealing for them.
Yeah.
No, I saw one of the funniest things. Someone actually gave their little nephew an original Game Boy, and the little nephew was just tapping at the screen, not getting the idea there were buttons on it.
I have a 3-year-old. Well, I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And the way my 3-year-old has picked up the use of a tablet has been incredible. So much so, my 3-year-old walks up to the TV and tries to swipe things around. It's so I know exactly what you're saying. It is a case of our children are becoming so accustomed to the technology that I'm fortunate in that whenever I do break open a board game, I do still get the wow, because but it's the miniatures and things that do that. It's the physicality of the tabletop gaming that finally draws them in. So being able to retain that and give them some of the benefits from video gaming, but while still keeping them in that around the table, that family moment, that moment among friends. Yes, I'm very, very keen to see where this goes.
Haven't you seen a boy trying to do that on a book?
Yes.
That's the worst. Yeah. Yeah, as you say, it's we have checked that this could be a great gateway for parents who want to bring their children to the hobby, or even for youngsters. It's got this wow effect I talk about, the sound and vision, then they sit to the table and then they play it once they're stuck in, I think it's great way, yeah.
I'd like to talk a little bit about the development overheads for a platform like this. In terms of obviously it's a different approach for a gaming company. Maybe not much different, but there is some difference there. How have you found the resource-wise in terms of the number of artists required, and maybe a different type of artists and designers required in order to work with this? Are companies are they going to need developers and things like that to be able to really unlock and unleash this platform, or is their staffing more similar to what they already are, holding within their companies?
Yeah, well, you talked before about how the market is changing, and suddenly the apps have become part of the games quite a lot, right? Games for the Lord of the Rings and Mansion of Madness.
Yeah, but
some
those
of
feel
the
like an add-on. They don't feel like they integrate.
Yeah.
Sorry?
He was saying that they feel more like an add-on at times, and they less integrated into it.
Yeah, right. We played those, and sometimes we also. Well, I don't want to criticize other companies, right? But we've seen products I look at them, and they were looking at a phone and then looking on an iPad, and the game is somewhere there in a table, but nobody's looking at it.
Yeah.
We didn't want that. We wanted to play a board game in a real board, right? And that's the way we got to this. About production, actually, it's not so different. The basics are there. The artists. We have these our illustrator Juan Ortega and a great illustrator like David Vental, who is also our director. So they just illustrate in the classical way, Also for miniatures, we have Fernando Lago, who's a great 3D miniature designer. He's Spanish. And I also talk about Daniel Herrera. He has created all our musical score. Yeah. You can also get that in a board game, maybe through an app. You can have it played or just release it for free. And all of that is in every other traditional game. Of course, then comes a great work from us to do all the programming.
Yes.
You have to program things to work. But the good thing is that we've been already investigating for 2 years now into all of this, because some people in fairs they say, oh, this is a good idea. I think I can do this at home. They've told me like this, right?
Yeah.
I can do this at home if I get some RFIDs and some touch screen. And I was like, yeah, sure, please go ahead. We've been 2 years spent, I cannot say, but amazing amounts of money into investigation with companies. And it's not so easy. You have to put a lot of an effort in it. But the good thing is that we're at that stage, so we know how to make it. So companies, when they talk to us, we get to an understanding. It's not so difficult.
Yes. Yeah. So I'd like to talk a little bit about timescales. When are we likely to be able to see this in retail or Kickstarter or whatever direction it's going to go? When are we going to be able to own these and start to play on them?
Okay. Well, everyone has to stop by a little bit or quite a lot with all these terrible times we're suffering now.
Yes, yeah.
Pandemic didn't help at all. Actually, we were scheduled for a few fairs, including the UK. We wanted to go there, and we had to cancel everything. Well, you had to cancel, guys. We were also going to play Modena in Italy. We wanted to go to Gen Con, and that hasn't helped to us. But by now, we think we could go Kickstarter about first quarter next year.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we still cannot give you a very specific date,
Well, it's one of those things, and until things settle down and we sort of know where the world's landing, we just have to keep it out there in the ether and plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about what the missions are like. I think we have another video. Okay, so if we could play, I think it's video 5. Is it? Or
Yes, video 5 is yours.
Oh, video 5's mine.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure that video 5 was the guys playing. So yeah, so we're ready to go to video 6.
Okay.
So let's have a look at that. We've just watched the one with
day-night
the port.
cycle.
Yeah, so the port has had a kind of like a day-night cycle. So, what are the missions like? Is there a game that you guys are planning to launch on the platform?
Okay, so you've just watched the video, right? The port.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a very short one that we showed at last fair at Essen. To show, we had a demo mission there, just like the basic demo we have. It's a short one, so people can get a quick peek and an understanding of the mechanics, basic mechanics, which is great because people, they just sit and they play.
Yeah,
that's the good thing about it. And we also showed this little demo, like the kind of things that you could do, like and actually working on that mission now myself. And the story is like you can have this port, you can have something happening there, and then you can do this light effect and go into the afternoon, let's say.
Yeah.
And you keep playing some of the story there, do more investigation. And again, there's a third part in which there's another light effect and you go into the night.
Yeah.
So we think it's just a beautiful. We show it like that, but it doesn't really play like that so fast. That was one of the missions, and we also have another missions which we have been shown. Actually, yesterday we put an event on the fair, and it's there so people can watch it. And I think we show a couple of other missions there. And well, there are also lots of other missions that some are finished, some are not, because as you understand, we want to go Kickstarter to finish the whole product.
Yeah.
And that's the idea, yeah. The thing is, all the missions, as you said before, with all the artificial intelligence you've got, you can have a lot of bookkeeping and a lot of information mixing, together.
Yeah.
Things that you cannot get in a typical board game.
Do you think it's going to cost a lot? Do you think it's going to be an expensive purchase for a gamer?
Okay, this is a typical question, which is so hard to answer right now.
Yeah.
We really cannot say final figure, final price yet.
Yes.
Asking on our social media and things, but with until the last minute, you have to adjust everything. We're trying to give the best price we can.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is not just cardboard and plastic.
Correct.
This is a technological device on it. And as there are so many things that you can do with it, some other things, like even apart from playing board games, which is perfectly designed for that. There are other things that you can do. You can use it just as a simple tablet.
Yeah.
That is 32 inches, so you can like watch TV. You can go to Play Store and put as many apps as you want.
Yeah.
It's got like I think it's almost already it's already 20, but it could be like 30 touch points. So there are like many uses you can give to it.
Yeah.
And the Covenant is more focused on, let's say, adult players. Like you can be more crunchier,
Yeah.
take the most out of the game. But you can like imagine you have a kindergarten and you put the tablet on it and you have 20 kids trying to, I don't know, catch a chicken or whatever.
Yes.
There's a lot of things we can do with it. You can use Bluetooth devices on it and you can play Fortnite on it. Just imagine, I don't know.
Yeah.
You see, I imagine this more as a gaming platform that you're picking up than a single individual game.
Correct. Yes.
So I don't mind the fact that it's going to probably cost a fair bit more than your average cardboard game.
Yeah. Well, it's going to cost probably a fair bit more than your average HD TV because of all of the added technology and stuff that's in it. But as an investment, I think I would rather have spend the money on one of these than on an HD TV, because my children are going to learn. They're going to learn things that I would really like them to learn from this, rather than just sitting in front of a TV all day.
Yeah, you're going to be able to play board games with them, probably.
Yeah.
Bear in mind. Oh, sorry, I lost my mind. Yeah, please go ahead. I lost it.
Oh, that's okay. So, in terms then of the plan, obviously COVID has thrown a curveball to all of us at the moment. So, if people want to keep in touch with you guys about this, is it a case of sending them to your website? So, if you guys want to, let me see if I could just link to that. So, if we bring that up, if you go to MistWall.com, we can find out more about the company and the game itself, Endarth Covenant. So there's two aspects to this. There is the Daibo system itself, where if any other game developers are watching this, you may be wanting to consider reaching out to these guys from the perspective of just understanding what the potential of this platform unlocks for you. And then for us gamers, we have Endarth Covenant, which is their kind of first party game in-house that they're working on. And we can find out more at endarth.com. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember now what I was going to say, because you talk about the game. Bear in mind that the price is going to include the full game, the full Endarth Covenant game.
Yes.
And that's, how these games come. They are very charged with miniatures.
Yeah.
We have more than 25 different models. Some of them will be repeated, like usual games. 100 tokens, 260 cards.
Wow.
Your character sheet, like everything that you usually find in these games. And also, let's be honest here too. Sometimes you go to a Kickstarter campaign and sometimes people spend, like, they go all in and they spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars on games that sometimes they stay at the back of the wardrobe somewhere, and you maybe don't play much. And with this, you can have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, like once this is out there in the market, the conversion potential is just bubbling through my head.
It's an incredible device.
The number of games that would just fit so well on this, on top of the one that the guys are designing. Because I mean, like that one.
Can you name one? Take a risk.
If I had to pick a game that I wanted to see on the Daibo system, Reichbusters.
Reichbusters would be amazing on it.
Because you could program in all your noise cards, all your door levels, all your different maps. You could add new campaigns every couple or 3 months. Bingo. Descent, hell yes.
Agree, totally agree.
Yeah, Descent would work beautifully on the likes of this.
Yeah.
It's
Mantic's The Walking Dead. All
The
Out
Walking
War.
Dead could work really
All Out
well.
War.
We could probably sit here all night listing titles.
Yeah.
Trust me, we
have
spend
done
every
that.
week learning a new game and playing that game. Pretty much
Yeah.
nearly every new game that has came out for the last few years has probably came through our hands.
No, it's look, guys, please go and, if you're interested, check out MistWall.com. We'll be keeping in touch with Fran and the team to try and find out as much as we can and keep you updated on stuff that's happening. Fran, look, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been
Thanks to you
wonderful to
guys.
talk to you about this. I'm blown away by what you guys are developing. I cannot wait to see where you go with it.
Yeah, and for the rest of the expo weekend, make sure and stop off at the MistWall stand in the exhibition hall
Yes.
to see how to connect with the guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you
guys.
very much, guys. Thank you. Really, thank you to all of you out virtually. You're doing a great job.
Thank you,
We
Fran.
really appreciate
Thank you for coming
this.
on.
Appreciate it.